I told the story about my Jeep. What is so weird about my Jeep? Well, it's cursed. Why is my Jeep cursed, you might ask? I'm not gonna tell you. You're gonna have to watch to find out. This story is called The Day I Got the Cursed Jeep. Let's start off the story back in 2020 when I first started streaming. The first week I ever started streaming, I got affiliated, and it was crazy. I got my follower count to 72 in the first week. I got my average viewers were 4 to 5 already, and the only thing that was holding me back is that I had to stream for 12 days. Well, as you can see, its downfall was I don't like Twitch anymore. I like my YouTube channel. I want to all build it up right here on YouTube. My dad started living in Colorado. He bought some land up there, and I decided that I wanted to go to Colorado. So I was like, I guess I'll quit streaming. I don't know if I'll ever come back to it. And it was perfect. It was very nice, very lovely little place. I managed to get a license to become an apprentice plumber. Banged on some pipes. I touched a bit of poopy because we messed with the cast iron crap. Literally crap. And it was good. It was the best paying job I ever had. As a plumber, you need a drive to work and to get into the work vehicles. Well, my car that I was driving was a 1999 Ford Taurus. Something happened to it on the drive there. I guess the motor mounts were dry rotted or something, and boom, going up a mountain, boom, the damn car freaking jumped around, the engine started flopping, blah blah blah. I figured out the motor mount was broken. I was like, oh shit, I can't drive anymore. What am I gonna do? We found this Jeep. It's a super freaking awesome car. I could not get this car for the life of me. My credit, I had none. I never did anything like buy a new car. I had credit of 0. If you understand, the credit score of 0 means I had no way to get anything. What was I supposed to do? Well, luckily, my grandparents co-signed with me, which was awesome. And I managed to get the car I wanted. It was clean. It had a good Carfax. It was a fucking horsepower hog at 301 horsepower. It was fast. It was cool. It had a big ass screen in it. It was freaking the bomb. Until 2 days later, something happened with the transmission. The engine and the transmission wasn't communicating properly, and I was on the road and it just freaking stopped. I turned it on, it would go gung, 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 gung. I was like, oh shit. I went to the nearest Dollar Tree and just let it sit there. What the fuck was I supposed to do? I got this car 2 days ago and it's already fucked up. I can't believe this. I want to take this car back. I didn't even pay my first bill yet on it. It was going all fuckity fuck. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? And the dealership was like, oh, I'm sorry. We can't do anything, but we'll take a look at it anyway for you. Then of course my dad to go drive it, and it drive perfectly fine. But we still went to the dealership and let them look at it. They put a new software update on it, but they did something. They replaced the battery. And I told them, do I have to pay for this battery? And they're like, yeah, $200 fucking for this battery. It's like, fuck, I just bought you, bitch. I barely had $300 and I paid them. But I asked them, could you please go and see if there's anything cheaper, right? If you go to Walmart, you can go get an Everstate battery, $100, right? Instead of $200 and something dollars. Come to show, they said they looked at everything. Well, I got the car back, I drove it home, I looked under the battery cover. Boom! It said Mopar. It was a blue battery and it said Mopar. They gave me their OEM battery, not the Everstate from Old Riley's or something. They gave me their Mopar battery. They lied to my fucking face. It fixed it. Basically, it worked until I decided I wanted to go to Arkansas for Christmas. You know, you get the free oil change at the beginning of every new car, basically. I went to go take this car in. It was really low on oil. So low, they told me, wow, I'm surprised you didn't blow up your damn engine. How's that possible? Well, apparently, the weeks before then, it was been dripping oil. And these people that I bought the car from said, oh yeah, it's perfect. It has nothing wrong with it, blah, 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 blah. I didn't have the money to fix it. It was $700. I just sold my electric scooter and got $1,000 so I can go back home for Christmas. I couldn't go and buy a new part and get them to fix it for me. So I didn't. It was cheaper to literally go buy new oil and put it in every time it was kind of low. Eventually, I was like, I don't want to live in Colorado anymore. And before then, I wanted to do an oil change on it. So instead of making someone else do the oil change, I did the oil change myself. All I did was I put the new rubber gasket in, I put the new filter in, it stopped leaking oil. I was like, I'm pretty good. I'm a mechanic now, baby. Apparently, it wasn't fixed. I went to go get another oil change. I went to go change my oil again once I got there. It started dripping oil worse, like a quart a fucking week. I was like, damn, son of a bitch. I saved up $1,500. I can finally go get this damn thing fixed. I brought in the car. They took a day on it, did it in between the other projects they had, and it was good. I drove it for 2 days. Well, this wouldn't be called the cursed Jeep if it was just fine. It's currently broke down at my friend's house. I was driving back home the second day. I drove it up to work to make sure the oil wasn't leaking, and the whole damn thing started shaking and went brrr. I was like, oh shit, my engine light came on. I pulled into a Taco Bell. I called my friend up from work. I was like, hey man, you know how I fixed my car? Well, it's not fixed. Can you please come pick me up? Well, I didn't want to leave it there. It was in a very, very bad part of town. Well, I drove it back and it was very shaky. I got up to his house and I parked it in his driveway and he drove me back home. Basically, now it's today. I don't know what the hell happened. It had 91,000 miles when I first got it. 115,000 now. It stopped leaking oil and it fucked up on me. Now I have to go take it back to the mechanics. And I'm like, oh man, this freaking sucks.